Welcome to the Wadadlivity virtual studio. In today's practice, we'll be moving through a short vinyasa flow. So we're mostly standing today. All you'll need is your yoga mat and a few feet of floor space. All right, let's start by standing in Tadasana or mountain pose. So first things first, feet are parallel, so that means they point straight ahead. Okay? They can be touching or slightly closer than hip width. Okay, whatever feels more comfortable for you. We'll start by lifting all 10 toes up off the mat, spread them wide, and then lay them down one by one, starting with your pinky toe and working your way in towards your big toe. I know it sounds bizarre, but it helps distribute the weight evenly on the soles of your feet. Okay, once your feet are firmly planted, we'll engage the thighs by drawing the kneecaps up. Okay, pull your low belly in, lift your chest, bring your shoulders back and down away from your ears, and turn your palms to face forward. Okay, spread your fingers wide. Tuck your chin slightly. Take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. We'll take a few more breaths in mountain. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, bring your feet together. We'll move to stand at the top of the mat. Stand at the top of your mat, feet parallel touching. Again, we're still maintaining our posture from mountain pose. So hips slightly tucked, rib cage comes forward, shoulders are back and down. Turn your palms to face forward. And on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Then as you exhale, fold from the waist, look flat back, and open your arms wide here. All right, pause halfway. So fingertips come to shins or thighs. Okay, pull the low belly in. Press your chest forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together slightly. Then as you exhale, bow forward. Drop your head. Release your hands. Now, if your palms touch the floor, great. Press them into the mat as best you can. If your hands don't touch the floor, still great. Grab hold of your calves, your ankles, whatever you can reach. Okay, so if you're holding onto the back of your calves, I'm gonna grab this way, relax the elbows. Pull your torso towards your thighs, and then shift your weight forward. So sometimes we tend to put our weight into our heels, so the hips are back. Try to tilt your weight forward. Sometimes feels like you're gonna tip over. All right, press your chest towards your thighs. Okay, release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, come back up halfway with a flat back, fingertips to shins or thighs. Press your chest forward. Okay, exhale, forward fold once more. Draw the low belly in. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing. So think about a ragdoll slowly coming up. And your head is the last thing to come up as you stand. Reach your arms out wide. Arms come up overhead. Palms touch. And as you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer. Okay, so we'll try that one more time. So we'll reset by standing in mountain pose. You bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, open your heart wide, palms touch. Exhale, spread your arms forward, fold with a flat back. Pause halfway, pull the low belly in. And then come all the way down. Again, either holding on to the calves, ankles, or pressing your palms into the mat, pressing your torso towards your thighs. Shift your weight forward into the ball of your feet. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Pull the low belly in. Exhale, forward fold, drop your head. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing, head comes up last. Once the head comes up, open the arms wide, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. And as you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart and prayer. Okay, so let's add to that. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down this time. On the inhale, come up halfway with a flat back, fingertips to shins or thighs. Okay, exhale, forward fold. This time, bend your knees as much as you need to plant your hands firmly on the mat. Okay, from here, we're going to step back to a high plank. Step 1 foot back, and then the other. Now, if you need to reposition your hands here, that's fine. You want your hands to be about shoulder width, and your shoulders should line up above your wrists. Okay, pull the low belly in, and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Squeeze your elbows in next to your ribs. Bring your chest down as well. You press the tops of your feet into the mat. As you inhale, press your palms into the mat and only lift your chest. So inhale, lift the chest for a low cobra. Exhale, lower. Okay, let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, press your palms into the mat and lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Don't worry about how high you get your chest off the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Right, from here, tuck your toes. Squeeze the elbows in next to the ribs. As you inhale, push up onto your knees. You inhale, push up. Okay, pause here. As we exhale, we'll move into downward facing dog. Keep your toes tucked. Pick your knees up off the mat. Shift your hips up and back. Right, and press your heels down towards the floor. Now, this pose is a lot more challenging than it looks, so don't worry if you're feeling your shoulders right now. If your hamstrings are very tight, feel free to keep a slight bend in the knees and gradually press your heels a little bit closer to the floor as you straighten your knees. And you want to press your torso towards your thighs so the shoulder blades come together on the back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the right knee, straighten the left as best you can, and then we'll alternate. Straighten the right knee and slowly bend the left. Okay, straighten both knees here, and keep pressing your heels down towards the floor. It's fine if they don't touch. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly shift forward to a high plank. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Press the floor away from you. Press your heels back. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Squeeze your elbows in next to your ribs. Bring your chest all the way down. Extend your legs. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift your chest for low cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. All right, last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. From here, lay your chest flat on the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your palms together. All right, your feet are extended, tops of your feet press into the mat, toes pointing. Now, as you press your palms together, inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your chest. You take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower. Relax the elbows. Once more, inhale, press your palms together, lift your arms up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower. Release the clasp of your hands. You can place your hands under your face. Turn onto your left cheek. Take a moment to catch your breath. Close your eyes. You can relax the feet here so that the ankles roll out to the sides, toes point in towards each other. Take a deep breath in. As you inhale, notice how your abdomen expands and presses into the floor. And as you exhale, let your hips soften and sink into the mat. 1 more breath here. At the end of your exhale, slowly bring your head to the center. Place your hands on either side of your chest. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Tuck your toes. All right, on your inhale, elbows in, push up onto your knees. Okay, as you exhale, we'll take downward facing dog once more. So tuck your toes, knees up off the mat. Lift your hips up and back. Press your heels down towards the floor. Again, perfectly fine to keep your knees bent. It's fine for your heels to be lifted. Okay, over time, try to straighten the knees a little bit more. Press the heels closer to the floor. And try to press your torso towards your thighs.
If at any point you feel like you need a breather, feel free to take child's pose. So you'll come down to the mat and take your knees wide, point your toes towards each other, press your hips back towards your heels, lay your forehead down, take a few deep breaths, and then come back to it. We'll come back downward facing dog. Now from here, lift both heels as high as you can. Okay, bend your knees deeply, still with the heels lifted. So bend your knees as much as you can until your rib cage comes in contact with the thighs. It might not touch, that's okay. All right, but keep pressing your torso towards your thighs. Now keep your torso where it is and then straighten your knees, press your heels down towards the floor. So you should feel like you're moving a little bit deeper into the pose. The movement might not be much, that's okay. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees down to the mat. They will move through 2 rounds of cat and cow in between. You might need to reposition the hands. Inhale, cow pose. Press your chest forward and up. Exhale, cat. Round your back, drop your head. Really exaggerate, pulling the belly in. Right, inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. And from here, come to a neutral spine or flat back. Okay, we'll take downward facing dog one more time, but only to get us back to standing. Okay, inhale. Lift the knees up off the mat, shift your hips up and back. And take a moment here to fully exhale. Now bend your knees deeply, look forward and either step or hop to the top of your mat. If it takes you a few steps to get to the top of your mat, don't worry, take your time. You'll pause here and forward fold again. If your hands touch the floor, press your palms into the mat. Get your torso as close to your thighs as you can manage. If they don't touch the floor, that's fine. You can use blocks to press into, or you can grab hold of your calves if that helps. We'll take one more breath here. Shift your weight forward. On your inhale, come up halfway with a flat back, fingertips to shins or thighs. The exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up to standing. Again, head comes up last. Open your arms wide, reach up. This time you can look up if you like, hands touch. And we'll take a small back bend. So press your hips forward, reach your arms back slightly. Inhale, lift up to the center. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and breathe. From here, we will move into our warrior one. So standing at the top of your mat, feet parallel touching. Please step your right foot back, so one long step. We have a few options here for alignment. You can have heel to heel alignment, or you can take your foot slightly out to the left. It helps a bit with balance if your feet are slightly separated. Okay? Now for the back foot, the toes point to about a 45-degree angle. So you can think about looking at the top right corner of your mat, and that's the angle that your toes should be pointing at. All right, from here, instead of having your hips open to the side as they naturally want to be when the leg is extended, square your hips to the front. Okay, it's really going to engage the thighs here. And keep the back knee as straight as you can. Try to avoid collapsing into the knee as you square your hips to the front. All right, inhale, reach your arms up, palms face each other. Exhale, bend your left knee to 90 degrees or as close to 90 as you can manage. Now for me, my stance is a little bit narrow, so I need to widen here. Then you can make the same adjustments. Again, squaring the hip to the front. All right, now some of us have a tendency to overarch the back. Tuck your tailbone, so your chest is lifted, spine is long, and then shift your hips forward and down, focusing on knee above ankle or as close to that alignment as you can get. Okay, with the back foot, you want to make sure you're pressing the outer edge of your right foot into the mat so you're not collapsing into that ankle. All right, one more breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat on either side of your left foot. Pivot onto your right toes and slowly lower your right knee down to the floor. Okay, place the top of your right foot on the mat. Pause here.
Inhale, reach both arms up, palms touch, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Tuck your right toes, pick your right knee up off the mat, press your right heel back. Now, if this feels like it's too much, please lower your right knee down and keep it there. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Okay, bring both hands to the inside of your left foot and gently take it back so that we're on all fours. Okay, once again, we'll return to cat and cow, 2 rounds in between. All right, hands shoulder width, knees hip width. Inhale, press your chest forward, look up. Exhale, round your back. Pull the navel in towards your spine, drop your head. We inhale for cow pose. Exhale, cat. At the end of your exhale, come to a neutral spine or flat back. Okay, from here, we'll return to our downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Pick your knees up off the mat. Shift your hips up and back. Press your heels down towards the floor. Try to make sure your feet are parallel. So sometimes we turn the heels in. Try to make sure the heels line up with the toes. You're pressing your torso towards your thighs. Elbows are straight and strong. And you're not gripping at the mat with your fingertips. Your hands are flat and firm. Inhale. Lift your heels up. Exhale, bend your knees deeply. Let all the breath out. And then step or jump to the top of your mat. You pause here for a moment and forward fold with the knees slightly bent. Inhale, straighten your knees, come up halfway with a flat back, fingertips to shins or thighs. You can look forward if that's comfortable for you, but keep pulling the low belly in. Exhale, forward fold, press your palms into the floor or grab hold of the ankles, calves. Drop your head. Inhale, slowly rise up to standing, rolling up like a rag doll, head comes last. Keep open your arms wide. Reach up, palm touch. You exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer. You should be feeling pretty warm by now. Now let's do the other side. Release your arms down to your side. Step your left foot back this time. And again, we can have heel to heel or slightly apart. Again, when the feet are a little bit wider, just help to balance. Okay, again, if you're taller, you have longer legs, take a wider stance. You can always readjust as you need to. All right, just like we did before, if the hips are turned to the side, you want to square them to the front. Okay, keep your chest lifted. Inhale, reach up, palms face each other. Exhale, warrior one. Okay, so again, we're looking for knee above ankle alignment. If you feel like your knee is going past your ankle, just inch your foot forward a little bit more. Straighten the back knee as best you can. Press the outer edge of your left foot down. Protect the ankle, we don't want it collapsing in. Again, if you tend to overarch the back, tuck your tailbone, bring the ribs forward, lift your chest. Exhale, so you can lunge just a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor on either side of your right foot. Pivot onto your left toes. Pause here. And then slowly bring the left knee down to the floor. Place the top of the foot on the mat. Inhale, reach both arms up, palms touch. You take your gaze up. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor on either side of your right foot. You tuck your left toes. Pick your left knee up off the mat. Press your left heel back. Now, again, if this feels like it's too much to have your knee lifted, keep it on the mat. All right, otherwise, straighten your left knee as best you can. Pull the low belly in. If you feel like you're resting on your thigh, you can grab blocks or come up onto your fingertips. That way you make sure your legs are engaged. One more breath. And then as you exhale, lower the right knee down to the floor. Okay, bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Very slowly, very carefully, take your right knee back. From here, we'll take child's pose. Take your knees wide. Point your toes towards each other. Press your hips back towards your heels. Then lay your forehead down. Now we're taking an active child's pose here. So that means our palms are pressing into the mat, elbows are lifted so they're not relaxed, they're up and active. You pull your low belly in. And as you exhale, see if you can press your hips just a little bit closer to your heels. Again, the movements might not be very big, barely noticeable. But keep pressing your hips down and back. Exhale. We'll take one more breath. And then slowly come up to all fours. Now from here, we'll transition onto our back. Just sit on one side, bring the legs around, knees bent, soles of your feet on the mat. Lift your chest, reach your arms forward, palms face each other. You take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly round the low back. Keep your feet connected to the floor as you come all the way down. You relax your palms down to the floor. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Okay. Pause here for a moment and please close your eyes if that helps. Now I'm going to take the knees wide. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. Knees go wide. Rest your hands either on your belly or on your inner thighs. Okay, whatever feels more comfortable for you. If you're feeling a lot of tension in the groin and the hip flexors, move your heels further away from you. You should notice that your knees move closer towards the floor. You do your best to relax your glutes. Sometimes you clench because it's uncomfortable. Do your best to breathe and relax with every exhale. Right, let your palms rest gently on your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Slowly bring the knees together, soles of your feet on the mat. All right, from here, walk your heels in towards your glutes. Bend your left knee. Place your left ankle just above your right knee. Keep your foot flexed. That means your toes are pointing towards your knee. So not relaxed or pointed, flexed. Okay, take your left hand. Press your left knee away from you. All right, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, try to press your shoulders down onto the mat so the spine is long and flat next to the floor. Okay, and the knee is pressing away from you. Now, if that feels fairly comfortable and you'd like to go a bit deeper, you can take your right foot up off the mat. You're going to reach your left hand between your legs, grab hold of your right shin, interlace your fingers. All right, from here, pull your right knee in towards your chest, but you're using your left elbow to keep pressing the left knee away from you. So that's how you're going to get deeper into the left hip, into the left glute. Okay, so keep pressing your left knee away from you with your left elbow as you draw your right knee in towards your chest. Again, this is optional. If it feels like it's too much, please feel free to release the pose. Take a breath. You also have the option to extend the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot so your legs are in a figure 4 formation, but the left elbow is still pressing the left knee away from you, and your fingers are interlaced behind your right hamstring. Again, you're pulling the right leg in as you press the left knee away from you. All right, we'll take one more breath here. As you exhale, if your leg is extended, bend your right knee. Release the right leg. Sole of your foot comes down to the mat. You cross your left leg over your right leg. And bring your arms to cactus or 90 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, slowly twist to the right as you turn your head to the left. If you're feeling any discomfort in the low back, uncross your legs and then bring both knees down to the right. Okay, on your next inhale, bring your legs to the center. As you exhale, uncross your legs. All right, from here,
place your right ankle just above your left knee. Take your right hand, press your right knee away from you, keep your right foot flexed. Inhale. Exhale, press your right knee away from you. Again, perfectly fine to stay here, pressing the right knee away from you. If you'd like a little bit more intensity, bring the left knee in towards your chest. You reach between your legs, grab onto the left shin, pull your left knee in towards your chest, but take your right elbow and press your right knee away from you. So by pressing the right knee away, we're feeling more intensity in the right glute, in the right hip. You take deep breaths here. On the exhale, pull the left knee in just a little bit more. If this feels like it's too much, please feel free to release the left leg. If you'd like, you can extend the left leg straight up towards the ceiling, flex your foot, and interlace your fingers behind your left hamstring. Inhale. As you exhale, pull the left thigh in. You're still using your right elbow to press the right knee away from you. Both feet are firmly flexed. Inhale. Exhale. If your leg is extended, slowly bend the left knee and bring the left foot down to the floor. Release the clasp of the thighs. Cross your right leg over your left leg and bring your arms to cactus or 90 degrees. Inhale. As you exhale, take both knees down to the left. Slowly turn your head to the right. If it's too intense to have your legs crossed, please uncross your legs and then bring both knees down to the left. You might notice that one side is easier than the other. That's normal. We usually have a side that's a bit tighter. And it's not good or bad, just something to be aware of. Slowly bring your knees to the center. Uncross your legs. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your nose towards your knees. And then release your head down. From here, we'll move into Savasana or corpse pose. Extend your legs straight out onto the mat. They can be about mat width or a little bit wider if that feels good. Extend your arms down alongside your body. Turn your palms to face up. You can gently close your eyes. Relax your feet. Move the ankles. Move outwards. And let go of any tension we might still be holding in the calves or the thighs. Soften the glutes, let your hips be heavy. Feel yourself sort of relaxing and sinking into the mat. And soften the abdomen here and let go of any controlled breathing. As you inhale, just observe how your belly expands. And with every exhale, just notice how it falls. Relax the hands and let your fingertips curl naturally. Soften the shoulders and sink towards the floor. Gently part your lips. Move your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Take a moment to turn your attention inwards. Just observing your thoughts without judgment. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Just observing the pattern of your inhale and exhale. Place your left hand on your chest. Place your right hand on top of your left. Bring your thumbs to gently touch. Let your elbows relax and fall towards the floor. Take one final breath to end our practice. Inhale and slowly release.